YouTube, it's Grawly, back with another on the station paint video. This time you'll notice in the middle of that picture is a little kitty cat. It gives you a clue to what Mrs. Grawly's got me as the next painting project. So the Harlequins have been put on hold in favour of getting this done. So those that are subscribing to or following the events in 40k and the Gathering Storm, you'll know what that is part of the set of. So let me zoom out, let's show you the rest. Let's move the gyrinx out of the way. So firstly we have Ivrane. So it's a really nice model. So as you can see, it's undercoated and I've started laying down some colour on there. But what I have found building these, a lot of the parts are very, very delicate, very fragile parts that could quite easily break. I'll say this headdress isn't as necessarily as sturdy as it looks. It's very fragile. So I pity the people who are buying these to actually table them and use them in competitive battles. Transporting these is going to be a nightmare without them getting damaged in some way or another. But back to the painting of the models. I say that headdress is very delicate as well, very fine pieces. Games Workshop have outdone themselves on these models to get some of the detail in there. But the colour, as you notice, is blue. It's not the standard Inari colours, and that is down to Mrs. Grawly. She wanted to get a colour scheme that was unique, and obviously that meant something to her, seeing as she actually got me these models as a treat to have a break from painting Harlequins and Beltan and all the rest of it. So it's a blue dress. We started the blue. The base is Necron Abyss, so that's the darkest of the blues that I had, and when you actually put Necron Abyss on, it's almost got like a purplish sheen to it. So I don't know if you can actually see partly in the light reflecting, there is a slight purplish sheen to the blue colour. So that was the base. It was then shaded all over with Null Oil. Then we came back with more Necron Abyss over the top of that. The next highlight was Mordium Blue, which is similar, but it's more just of a blue colour. There's no kind of like hint of purple. And then as a very light top highlight is Ultramarine Blue. So those are the blue colours for the dress, and it's not just Ivrane, it's all units. They're all going to be kind of blues and silvers and golds, and on here we're actually going to try and do something special on the blue. You can see we've picked out the silver on the pattern on the back of the dress. I say these are just basic kind of first blocking, and of course we've got to put a lot more detail in. But as well as Ivrane, if I move her over there, we've got to try and do it without knocking the cloak off, because the cloak's not attached, it's just loosely in place. Is the Vizark. So as you can see, he's got the silver armour. That was just lead belcher with a wash of Null Oil. That's all there is on there at the moment. And we're going to come back and brighten the silver up, and all the intricate detail on him is all going to be done in gold. Now I thought, rather than just going straight in with gold, I'll come something like a brass scorpion just to give a richer colour underneath, and then the brighter golds on top of that. And the brass scorpion, if I leave a little bit on the edge, that'll almost act as a bit of a shade on the gold colour. Not decided what colour to do the sword yet, but you can see from the loincloth, and if I turn it without knocking it off, his cloak is the same blues, the Necron Abyss, Mordium Blue and Ultramarine, shaded with Null Oil. And again, we're going to do something a little bit special on the back of here, which I've been experimenting with. If I move these out of the way because I need space, to bring this in. So I'm going to leave it close up for now. You can see on there we've got the same blues, but over the top of that, can you pick out little hints of little bits of nebula in there? Blues and pinks going on. I just need to move it. Move my tripod, move it further out so you can see. There we go. Move my light as well. There we go. Hopefully you can see these here. These little bits of nebulas. That one stands out quite well on the back. That is a very fragile bit. I've already broken that twice just painting and using a sponge to get the colour on. But those nebulas, it was literally just a natural sponge. You can see there's bright pink on one end, bright blue on the other, and that was just gently dabbed on, just keep alternating and building up the pattern to build a nebula on the dark blue. We then came in with just white, but I wanted to get a star field effect. So I actually loaded up white paint and used one of these things, just an air duster. There we go. Just to blow air across the brush. So we got the brush and we got the air duster and loaded with paint. If you do that, it splatters the paint, but it splatters it in a fine pattern. So as you can see, let me put them out of the way, there's lots and lots of tiny little dusty specks on there. I think what I'm going to do is come in with just a brush to pick out some bigger stars, but that hopefully looks like the universe. That's the effect I'm trying to go for, or at least like a nebula exploding from the ground. All the stone's got to be done. All the bits in here of stone have got to be picked out, and the hair will be kind of grey blended into white. But you can see from the body, same as the Visarch, it's lead belcher and just brushed over with Nuln Oil. Mrs. Grawly wanted the avatar to look like Silver Surfer. Obviously, Silver Surfer racing through space on his surfboard. The avatar as the Silver Surfer, or like a Silver Surfer, exploding from space through the stone. So that's the first bit. I think the sword, just tilt it, that is again just I thought the blues and the little speckles on there, and what I've done as well, once I did the white, I just went over the whole lot with a blue wash, Assaman blue wash, just to kind of tone everything down and blend everything back in, and then the little gemstones here and there, just let me get something to point with. There's one there and one there. There's just little ones here and there. There's one there as I turn it, one there. I've just gone round them in silver, because what I'm going to try and do, if anybody's watched Men in Black, there's a quote on there that the galaxy is on Orion's belt, and it puzzles everybody until they realise the cat is Orion, and the little collar, the little stone that's on there, contains a galaxy. So I'm going to try, I don't know how successful it's going to be, but all these little gemstones are going to be painted black, and we're going to have a go at painting some tiny galaxies in each of these gemstones to represent all the universes coming through. So the next step on here is probably to block in all the colour. We'll probably come in with something like this Deneb stone, just to block in all these stone pieces, possibly highlight them with something like bleach bone or a similar colour, and then we'll get the hair done and like the Visark, all the details on the avatar will be done in gold, and we'll pick out the rune probably in kind of reds, orange, yellows to represent the flame, the fire. And the horn, Mrs. Grawly wants it from transitioning from silver through to black at the tip. So that's the plan. Whether we'll be able to do everything that we want, I'm not sure. Oh, I'll tell you one thing I did notice. Just let me get that little paintbrush again. Just there, there's a little screaming face. It's just nice little touches to the sculpt of this model. But to put it together, it's so intricate, and like I say, a lot of the piece is so delicate that you know, you've got to be careful. But one thing is going in its favour. There was hardly any mould lines, so again, credit to Games Workshop for coming up with some beautiful models. And I believe, is it Jez Goodwin who designed it? You know, thumbs up to Jess for creating something unique. I don't think we've seen anything quite like this in Warhammer universe so far. So we'll see how the story unfolds. Like I say, I've got the book as well, so I'm just starting to read the book, get a bit of the background of how Ivrain and the Visark and the Avatar came to be, and what's going to happen in the battle for survival against the growing chaos threat. So that's it for now. That's the Visark. Let's leave him in the back, and Ivrain, and oh, his cloak's falling off, and the Visark, and not forgetting Kitty Cat. Oh, Kitty Cat is going to be probably naturally browns and sandy colours in some kind of tiger stripe. Mrs. Grawly didn't want a blue cat, so what Mrs. Grawly wants, Grawly here has to try and accomplish with miracles of paint. So, hope you're liking these guys. Thank you to Mrs. Grawly for surprising me with getting these models, and it should be a challenge to paint. Obviously, completely different colour scheme to you know, what Games Workshop prescribed, but hopefully it's going to work. We'll be getting the silver and gold armour. I think if rain we're going to go with it like a black undersuit, just with like gold and silver accents to it. But we'll have a theme running through all three of this feel of a universe going on. So I need to get the nebula things going on Ivrain and the Visark, and get more progress. But I'll put more videos up as these progress, so you can all follow exactly what's happening. I'll leave it just with a question. I know Mrs. Grawly is going to have the final say, but Ivrain's headdress looks like feathers. So, any suggestions to what colour the feathers should be? Should I have a rainbow effect? Should I use the iridescent medium on it, or with a base colour somehow? Should I just do them a standard colour? Yeah, suggestions. So Mrs. Grawly, I'll either pick the best suggestion she likes, or she'll come up with something herself. But what colour do you think the headdress should be? And we'll leave answers in the comments down below. But hopefully you like those guys. I'll leave you with that, and I'll come back as soon as I can with an update video on how these models are progressing. So as always, for now, from Grawlys Lair, take care.